Welcome back to Pitching Powerhouse. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder and president of Generation PR. We are going on 20 years of running our agency, promoting baby and kids brands and beauty and cosmetics brands. And I'm also the founder of Generation Academy, which has been around about a decade, where we are here to support the PR community and help them navigate running their own businesses, how to connect with the media, how to find clients, all of the things that come up when you are growing a business in PR or navigating your career in PR, whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned PR pro and you just want to brush up on your skills and make sure that you are on top of all the trends and changes and things that are happening in our industry. We've got you covered. So we always are looking to serve our community in ways that will help them the most. And we have started asking them specifically, how can we help you? What questions do you have? So we're doing a regular AMA series, Ask Me Anything. And you guys, doesn't have to be about PR. I'm a mom. I've got pets. I've got 2 boys that are teenagers. I've got a house that I'm constantly working on doing. I love projects. I love home improvement. I love optimizing my space. I love streamlining, simplifying, organizing, all the things. I love cooking, baking. I make sourdough bread. I mean, I don't do all these things at once. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I do all the things. These are things that interest me. I'm teaching myself to play the drums, all the things that sort of create the tapestry that is Jen's life. I hope on the podcast you can tell I'm being facetious. But when I put these AMAs out there, think of any way that I can support you. What's a go-to quick meal, or what are some things you can automate in your life? I'm actually going to answer that one today. So we asked our community, and here are the questions that we got. Some I know who sent them, others I don't. My team is collecting them from multiple places. But one of the questions that I got is, how do you handle not being able to find a job in PR and feeling like the field isn't for you? And that's from It's Tappy, at It's Tappy. Well, It's Tappy, I have to say, I have honestly never had a job in PR. I've run my agency, but I've never had a job in a PR firm. Prior to this, I was a lawyer, and I got to really thinking about making that transition where I was in my life, and decided that I could either try to get a job at a firm or figure out how I could do it myself. And so I started Generation and kind of reverse engineered figuring out contacts and figured things out as I went along. And now you don't have to. You can check into the Pitch Lab and learn from me and from our community what is working right now to get the media to respond to your pitches. You can enroll in Agency Accelerator and explore the idea of starting your own business. I'm probably getting way ahead of myself. These are the things that interest me and the path that I took. But if you're really trying to get a job, I would ask you, have you truly left no stone unturned? So have you tapped your network? Have you told everyone that you're connected to on LinkedIn, or anyone you went to school with, or anyone you've worked with in a past job or at a camp? Maybe you were a counselor, like anyone that you can think of, if you can support them in any way. Like maybe you go into the local coffee shop and ask if you can do a little bit of PR for them and help get a local news station down there. The point is that sometimes you might have to work for free so that you're not coming in. I don't know where your experience level is. Again, I was at 0 experience, 0 contacts, and I just convinced clients to work with me. The first one was unpaid. And I said, just give me a chance and I'll crush it for you. And we'll work together for 3 months and then we'll reevaluate. I got great experience, made some contacts, got some results, leveraged those to secure my first paying client, and also had that same conversation with them. And instead of saying I'll work for free, I came in and said, I will work below market. If market rate is $5,000 a month, I will work for $2,500 a month for 6 months, and then we'll grow together and we'll reevaluate. And I said, after, a month or two, if you don't feel that I'm hustling and I'm doing the most for you, we can just sort of terminate the agreement. That's fine. And sometimes it is accepting work for free so that you can build a portfolio, so you can build connections and experience and expertise so that you can niche down. All of that will help you determine what you love doing, get you results that you can leverage on a application or your resume or a portfolio that you can bring to a job interview. Think about what kind of PR you would want to do and maybe offer to shadow a company in your community, a founder, and, come and say, I would just love to come in. It doesn't have to be a formal internship, but I would love to come in and help you pack press kits. I would love to come in and do research for you, or create what is your superpower? What can you do that is so valuable and just comes so easy to you? Maybe you decide to become an expert in AI and how AI can save you time and creating integrations that will make things automated and save the PR firm some money. Whatever it is, offer it up in a low risk way, either to come in for free. You don't want to really take up too much of their time. You just want to, you're really interested in their business. My point here is to make that deep connection. I have gotten emails about opportunities at my company, and they're definitely spray and pray. And anyone who's in the pitch lab or any good PR pro is going to tell you spray and pray doesn't work with the media. And it certainly doesn't work when it comes to getting a job. You need to convey that you know that company really well. You need to convey that you're interested in the clients they work with, that you really love what they're doing in the industry, or how impressed you are with how they've really carved out that niche for themselves and have seemingly become the go-to, and that you would just love to kind of be around and help in any way that you possibly can, and maybe give some recommendations of how you can help. Whether or not that turns into a job at that company, it may or may not. But that founder of the company, that team is going to have you're going to come in with like the can-do attitude. You are just the person. It's like, yes, I can do that for you. No problem. I got it. It's no big deal. I don't know where you are in your career. If you're a recent grad or you've been doing this a long time, you've changed niches. I understand it's really frustrating when you are unable to find a job, but this feeling like the field isn't for you, I would ask you to really think about where that feeling is coming from, because I would say it is not fair to you to let other people's rejection, and it's not even rejection. Sometimes it's just not right now, or their business isn't thriving and they don't have an opportunity. You could be the most amazing qualified candidate, but allowing other people's availability or inability to hire you, or, maybe not having an open position, or maybe not feeling that you're the right fit for their team, having that come into your confidence and give you, it sounds like, some imposter syndrome. Maybe you feel like the field isn't for you. Think about what you love doing. Make a list. What drew you to PR in the first place? Is it the writing? For me, it was the results we could get and showing the clients, I got this, right? Like with law, I was a litigator. Things took years. I practiced for 4 years. Some of these cases were still in pretrial motions by the time I stopped practicing law after years and years. That was terrible to me. I loved the instant gratification of like, I did that. Look at it. It's online and the business is growing and getting sales, and we can track it and trace it if it's a digital feature, or hold it in your hand if it's a printed feature. That was like a drug to me. So think about what it is that drew you to PR in the first place. Is it crafting stories? Is it being at events? And try to hone in on how you have these superpowers in, your just zone of genius that you can bring to the table and come into a company that you might have some connection to through your network or through Powerhouse Pros, our free Facebook group. Go in there and offer your services. These are the niches I'd love to work in. This is my experience, or I'm just starting out. I'm willing to work for, do some research and craft some pitches for you that you may or may not use for free, just because I'm looking to get the experience. And you never know, someone might say, yeah, or you say, I'm willing to work below market, or I'd love to have an internship that might result in a paid position at the end of the summer or whatever it is. I know this episode's not coming out in summer. Maybe it's just for a limited period of time, but really think about what you love about the industry, what drew you to it in the first place. Maybe think about people that inspire you and look at all the stuff they've written, the podcasts they've put out, just try to keep that spark alive, because when you feel like the field isn't for you, you're allowing other people's goals, intentions, ability to hire you, their growth of their business or non-growth to impact your passion for the career that you've chosen without ever really getting started. And we have had many, many women who have been told by companies, just not the right fit, or we don't have anything. And they have then said, you know what? F it, I'm doing it myself. And so they started their own firms, and they're hustlers, and they're out there working hard, pounding the pavement and crushing it. And so that's always an option too. And that was my path. So tap our group, Powerhouse Pros in Facebook. Tap our group, Powerhouse Pros in Facebook. Post in there what you're looking for, how you can help people. Really think about your strengths. And you might also want to have different versions of your resume that might appeal to different companies that you're looking to get hired by or to submit for jobs. Because like when I think about our niches, I have a proposal capabilities deck that's all centered towards baby and kids. And I have a capabilities deck that's all centered towards beauty and cosmetics. It is not one size fits all. So you may want to consider that your resume would be optimized for different jobs by highlighting different wins. And if you don't have experience, you don't have a portfolio, start working for free and go and build one. Don't let anyone tell you what you get to do in your career. If this is what you want, then go after it. Okay, I hope that helps. Any tips for cold calling and converting new clients? Well, this is from Samua Nagpal. I hope I'm saying that right. And I just did an entire podcast about this last week. It was one of my 5 tips for how to secure new clients. And just quickly, I will say with cold calling or cold emailing, I prefer emailing. I think people get a little annoyed when they get an unexpected call and they answer and you're like kind of pitching them, and it might make you a little flustered. I love the cold email. First of all, we have templates that are called the new client pipeline pack. There is a template in there that you can use to convert cold outreach into your own leads and make it your own. You take this template and you customize it and make it your own. The number one bit of advice I would say here is you have to customize your pitch, personalize it is probably a better word, and really laser in on what your connection is to the company. What is your passion for the brand? What is your unique perspective because you're a customer, you're a client, you are a user of this product, this company, and share your passion for that. That is how I was able to land my first few clients. It's how I was able to land some of my biggest clients. So always having some personal connection, whether that's even looking for the contact you're reaching out to on LinkedIn and then finding a point of contact and asking your friend, hey, I'm interested in XYZ company. I see you're connected to the CMO. If I craft an email or a connection on LinkedIn, would you be willing to introduce us? Would that be okay? And having that opening is really helpful because then you can reply and say, oh my gosh, I'm so happy, so-and-so connected us. I'm such a fan of the company. The recent campaign you did for ABC was really inspiring. We have a great expertise in your niche and your industry. We've been working in this space for however long, and I'd love to get 15 minutes of your time to talk over some strategic ideas that I have for you. Whatever the offer is, have a strong call to action. That's another thing. You're not just connecting to be like, I work in PR and I think you're cool. What's the next step? Just like when you pitch the media, you have to share what is the next step. But the number one tip that I would share is make it personal and share your deep connection to the company, and always have that confidence that even though you're doing cold outreach, it doesn't mean that you're not the best option out there. Maybe they just don't know about you. And because you're reaching out, now they get to discover you. Maybe it's not the right time, or maybe they're just starting to think about it and you hit them at the perfect time where they're like, oh my gosh, this is so meant to be, because we are going to be looking to hire a PR firm. And I love your passion for our company. This is how it happens, you guys. That is how it happened for me with my first free client that I got to send me a huge box of products just so I could get it out to the media. I was still a lawyer. I was like, just send me stuff. And they were like, okay, it's the greatest thing ever. And yes, I work for free, but that gave me the passion, the spark, the insight to know I loved it, to then go to another company and do cold outreach and let them know how much I love their brand and that it was my go-to gift for baby showers and I would love to support them. And they happen to be just looking for a PR team. So a lot of it is timing, and sometimes that's out of your control. But if you feel an inspiration, like a hint from the universe, like I should really reach out to that company, do it. Do it. And don't even think twice about it. And if you don't know how to start, the new client pipeline pack, super inexpensive. We've had people, like I said in my last podcast, secure 6-figure retainers from cold outreach using that template. So it works, people. And that's only if you're feeling a little stuck and you don't know what to say. It gives you a little bit of a boost, but do not wait. When you have that hit of inspiration, just get your fingers going, start typing, and without thinking twice or second guessing yourself, hit send. You might have to do 10, 20 of those before you get a response. We love an email tracker. You can use mail tracker on Google, Gmail. It's a plugin, and then you can see if they've opened it and how many times they've opened it. It's pretty cool. And that way you also know like your pitches too. If anybody is looking to see if editors are actually opening their messages, it's a very good way to do that. So I hope that helps. And also go and listen to last week's episode, because I dive really deep into strategies to get new clients, and cold calling is definitely a tactic that works. The other question I have is, what is your advice to a young student who is studying PR? And it's Sylvia, I think is how you say that. That's very cute. Hi, Sylvia. Thanks for your question. So again, I did not study PR. I didn't. I was self-taught even after I'm still self-taught. I learn all the time. I'm always, I mean, you can't even believe how many things I have open right now that are all like courses that I'm taking. And I just love it. I mean, I'm kind of a nerd, but I think that when you are in school, I would suggest while you are still there, you said young student, I would optimize and take advantage of the resources the school has for you. It is in their best interest to help their students be successful. And they also have an amazing alumni network. Definitely tap your school's resources and the network. Maybe there's a career person or the department head. If you're actually studying, well, you said you're studying PR, who's the department head? What's their experience? Maybe if they have office hours, go to them. Ask questions, ask good questions. That will leave an impression. You can ask them, what do I do to build a resume if I'm looking for a job and I don't have any experience? They would probably suggest you get internships. If you're wondering how, the network at the school, they love to hire their own alums. So find out if there's anybody or any way that you can connect with alumni from the school and have them give you that first kind of leg up in the industry. I also think that it's very important to niche down and to be really clear with yourself about what you love to do, what industries you love working in, all of that good stuff, because that will help you. I look at my career in PR and my business as a path that was created by decisions that I made all along the way. Do I want to work with this client or do I not want to work with this client? Did I enjoy that industry and want to leverage my results to get more clients and get deeper, get my hands dirty even more in this industry? Or did I not love it? I've done events for huge spirits companies, like alcohol companies, and I don't love events. I just do not. It stresses me out. It is not my thing. I am currently planning my husband's birthday party. It's a milestone birthday. And I'm already stressed about all the moving parts. And am I going to get it all done in time? And this is not a major production where someone's paying me. I did not enjoy that. It really stressed me out. I got yelled at by an Oscar-winning actress. I'm not going to say who. I've mentioned it before, because she was at the wrong party. And I tried to tell her, I wasn't saying you can't come to our party. I was trying to say your party is next door. And she did not like hearing that. So I got yelled at. But yeah, just totally brought myself instantly back to that moment. And that's why I don't want to do events anymore. So you want to think about the things you love. What do you love in your personal life? What do you love doing? What is an industry you're so intrigued by? And you feel like I could work in this industry for 20 years and I know I would still love it. That's me with the beauty industry. I love the beauty industry. Love beauty products. If you could only see all the stuff I have on my floor that I have to sort. I got a new device from one of my clients that I am so excited to try. I just have not had time, but love it. And it's been 20 years, does not get old to me. So you can start to make those intentional decisions while you are still at school, because you can carve an intentional path. You can start to ask for potential work in your niche and work as an intern or work for free, or take some experience you've had before college or during college, or try to secure some internships in those niches and really build up your resume to reflect your passion and interest in working in this space and any work or results you've gotten in that space. So and the other thing too is, while I'm telling you all of this, the flip side of that, and this might be even more important, you do not have to have it all figured out. You absolutely do not have to have it all figured out. My career path is so nonlinear. It is like a tree with major branches in all directions. If I felt like I had to have it all figured out while I was still in college, it would have stressed me out. And I think the best decisions come from experience. I knew after practicing law and working in a big firm and what that was like for me, I knew that I did not want to work at a company, an 8 to 7 type of job and be accountable at all times for where I am and what I'm doing, what I'm working on. I love time freedom. I love that flexibility. And I have built my business that way so that everyone on my team also experiences that time freedom and flexibility because they're moms or they're busy and they travel and they have lives. To me, I don't care where you are. If you're supporting me and you get great results, it does not matter to me at all when you pitch or, just if we have a client call, just dial in and that's great. I don't care where you are when you're taking the call. Our team is all remote. So I would not maybe have known what I actually wanted to do if I didn't personally experience something that was not the right fit for me, and have so much conviction to go for it. So I think that while the other advice I gave about, knowing your network and using the resources the school has and all of that good stuff, I do think is really useful, especially while you're in school. There's a career services office. They want to help you. They want students to come in. They'll film you in an interview setting so you can see. I mean, I know I'm watching myself. I play with my hair a lot. I'm trying to fluff it up. I talk with my hands a lot. I say and a lot, that is what it is. But you can see yourself. They will interview you in a, faux interview setting, a mock interview setting, and record you and give you feedback. Like there's all kinds of resources at your school that would help you. And it does help to know what industry you want to go in and to tailor your resume and be very passionate when you speak. I do believe that genuine passion and enthusiasm that you have for a subject comes through when you're talking to people, and it's magnetic. People love that. They don't want some dud coming in and being like, yeah, it's cool. Like I've also interviewed 10 other places and I'm just like looking for a job. I want someone coming in and being like, I love the work you're doing. The clients you have are so awesome. You guys have crushed it. That press hit you just got in O magazine was so cool. I saw you put it up on your Instagram. They're really passionate. And it's like, it's not a play to my ego at all. It is, wow, they have enthusiasm that the client is going to love. That's genuine. That's going to come through in their pitches that the media is going to be drawn to. So that genuine passion and enthusiasm, it cannot be manufactured. It's disingenuous. It's obvious. So you want to love an industry or a company or a niche or some type of work. It could even be the kind of work you're doing, pitching or crafting stories, or some people love research and spreadsheets. Oh, not me. I shudder at the thought. My husband loves a spreadsheet and I'm just like, can you put it in a Word doc? Because my brain is scrambled. He thinks in cells and I do not. That says in cells. No, in terms of cells in spreadsheets, not in cells. That's a totally other thing. But that's not how my mind thinks. So I think it is helpful to have those ideas of the things you're great at and to really position yourself in a way that would make that appealing for somebody looking to hire you. But also, it is perfectly okay to not have it all figured out and to have a kind of rough idea of what you want to do. And then once you start doing it, to really determine whether or not that's the right fit for you. And to say, I gave that a try and I really loved this about that opportunity, but I did not love the hours or the events or dealing with celebrity egos, maybe, or, pitching people, authors, and experts and thought leaders versus products and services. There's just different considerations that go into all of this. So just know that you will figure things out as you go. And if you're still in college studying, take advantage of career services, take advantage of your department head, offer to be a research assistant, offer to be something where they will love you and connect with you. And one of the members of our community, Natasha Dressler, gave a presentation to a PR department in Long Beach. And one of the students just asked phenomenal questions and was interested and smart. And just in that Q&A time, left an impression on her. And Natasha hired her. She gave her, I think, like an internship or like an hourly thing. And ultimately, she is her go-to person now. And so you just never know when you share that passion and you share your enthusiasm and insight, people are drawn to that. So that's the advice I have for you, even though I'm giving tips for getting a job in PR, which I've never had other than running my own business. Although I have seen lots of people applying, and studying PR in school, which I did not do. I was a comms major at UC Santa Barbara, but there was nothing mentioned about PR at all, anywhere. The closest thing we had was media planning and media buying, which was the most hands-on course and the most kind of tactical, practical. Everything else was theory and research-based. And that's a university setting. So I never really got into the practical nitty-gritty until I started my own business and then figured it out as I went along. But now you don't have to, because we have the pitch lab. It is just packed with how-to, actionable. You don't have to wonder about anything. It's just all there for you. Whatever problem you're looking to solve, workshop, figure out what's going wrong with your pitches. The community can help you. We can workshop it on a coaching call, and the resources in the pitch lab will help you with that. So because those resources didn't exist when I started my own business, I created them, and they're pretty freaking awesome, I have to say. So those are the questions that I got for this Ask Me Anything, all kind of job related and growing your agency. I'm going to answer the other questions about like automation and kind of running your home and how I, quote unquote, do it all, because I absolutely do not do it all, but I handle a lot of stuff and I have figured out where I need help, when I need help. I'm going to make another podcast episode about that, like a bonus one, because I love that topic so much. And whenever I listen in on somebody talking about what they've automated, I've learned so much. So I can't wait to do that one for you. I want to start collecting and thinking of all the ways that I have optimized our business and home life and saved time and, made things easier for myself and my team and my family and all the things. So that will be coming in an upcoming episode. So this wraps up the Ask Me Anything. If you liked this podcast, please share it with somebody that you know that's interested in getting into PR, looking to grow their own business, or looking to break into PR from college. I think this would be helpful to them, and it really helps us. Like, subscribe, leave a review, all the things that you can do on YouTube and on a podcast. And just keep going out there and crushing it. Go crush it this week. I'll be out there crushing it too. And I will see you here for Pitching Powerhouse next week. See you then.